They say people who don't hold a lot of hope and they see people who have a lot of hope. I think there's an interpretation from those who don't hold it that there's a lot more glitter involved in the process of holding hope than we actually have. I want to unravel that a little bit because I need you guys to understand how messy hope is. And not in like the glitter kind of way. Like it's not always like pretty messy. Like sometimes it's just like my favorite quote about hope is on the internet, and I might just be a meme. I don't even know who said it if there's credit to be given. But it is, hope is a thing with bloody knuckles. And I was like, that's the answer. Hope is a scrappy thing. Hope woke up today and decided to choose joy no matter what. Hope decided that the sun was enough even if it wasn't out. Hope decided that she didn't care what happened to her yesterday. Today, it was going to be okay. Hope made a choice that no matter how hard it was, she was going to do it anyway. Hope got up every single time and fought her way out of that box and said, I won't be contained because I don't belong in here. I'm a god. All right? The hope is bigger than a cute little thing that you keep treasured in a little jewelry box someplace that makes us all feel better about the fact that things are crappy right now. That's not hope, all right? That's jewelry. Okay? Hope is a thing with bloody knuckles. Hope drowns out the angst and the fear and the anxiety and the sorrows of the collective and lets you get up every day anyway and try no matter what. Hope lets you realize that it doesn't matter what everybody else said to you about whatever it is that you're talking about. Your perspective is the only one that matters to you, and you're going to keep going because that's the thing. Hope silences the noise from outside because it's everywhere and it's coming from everything and you don't know how, and it feels like muck and everything is slimy and sticky and weighing you down and nobody seems to be helping. And why won't they just let us all wash this off and we don't have to stay in this muck? But I'm hope and I'm not going to stay here. I don't belong here. I'm more than this. I deserve better than this. My future is in front of me. It is what it is. It is not in my control. But I know what is. And I'll get up tomorrow and I'll do it again. That's hope. Hope fights. Hope has rage. Hope claws to make it freaking happen. That's hope. It's not an air bubble, not a magic wand. It's not glitter. It's not ethereal. Bloody knuckles, y'all. Bloody knuckles. So if you think hope is something you keep in a little glass jar someplace, you're wrong. I'll tell you that right now. In that case, if that's the only thing that's left, let it out of the box. All right? But for you, you got to recognize that hope is a choice. Hope is a decision. Hope is a place that you want to go and that you fight to stay in. It's not something given to you by someone else. It's something you take because you require it for yourself. I can't give you hope. I wish I could. I want to. I'll give you solidarity. I'll give you love. I'll give you support. I'll give you comfort. I can even show you what hope looks like in my world. But I can't give you hope, not because you don't deserve it or you don't have it or you don't have access to it. I can't give it to you because it's not mine to give to you. It's yours to take. It's already here. It's not mine to give. That power is beyond me or anyone. See? It's yours to take. So if you want hope, then you have to understand that she's not going to show up like the tooth fairy and drop some cash under your pillow and make you feel better. She's going to ask you to do some training. She's going to ask you to do some spiritual workouts. She's going to tell you to do some things that are probably going to bloody your knuckles. That's hope. All right? So I need all of you guys who think hope is some weird soft thing like love or faith. I need you to start really reconsidering what that is, because you guys are confusing what power is in this world. We've confused where the power is. It's not out there. It is right here. And there is nobody else who will give it to you. It is only you who can take it. And you're here to do just that. What if all that's true? You're here to do all of that, to reclaim it. It was your birthright. It might have been somebody else's and you have to bring it for you both. You have purpose. Your purpose might be joy, because nobody in your line has ever had it. Your purpose might be ease. None of this has to be hard. We can choose so much more than we decide. But you've got to understand that it's not an easy choice just because we've heard the word most often in church. So we've softened it because we've heard it wrapped in vestments and covered in gold. But don't get it twisted. Hope will punch you in the fucking face if you don't get it. It'll level you if you're not ready to deal with it. It will knock you on your ass if you can't hold it. But once you know how to wield it, everything changes. We have decisions. We have choices. We choose love for each other, for ourselves. Faith in the best outcome possible, whatever that is. Not the one you think, not the one I think, not the one everybody's planning. The best possible one. This or something better. You know what? Do better than us. We're humaning it. Can we take some divine aspects on down? Let's take this to the next level, y'all. But hope is not fairy dust. It is not angels. It is not something that people talk about in Disney movies and everything else. All these things I keep pulling in and I keep saying they're from Disney movies. They're from Disney movies. We grew up on this for a reason. They are legend. They are myth. And they are written into who we are so that we understand the point, which in every single one of them is that the littlest, tiniest creature, it's always a mouse. The littlest, tiniest creature is always the one who comes out and says to us, but what about hope? What about what we can do? What about our power? And it comes with this little tiny, tiny voice that voices up, and it's always a mouse. Well, if you were a 90s kid, it was always a mouse. And an 80s to 90s kid, it was always a mouse. You know? But it's the smallest possible voice. It was Jiminy Cricket on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, do the right thing. You know what it is. You can see the chaos. Everybody's trapped. Ignore the adults. They're broken. They can't see it. You can see it. You're right here. You're so close to the divine. Trust yourself. Trust that you know. Trust that hope is safe to believe in and your ally. Trust that hope will get up and punch somebody in the mouth for you when you need them to. Trust. But understand what it is and know that it's going to take more than just the dream or the idea. It takes effort. It takes momentum. It takes time. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest the energy. So what do you get this excited? See how excited I am? What do you get this excited about in a negative way? What takes your energy like this? When you get somebody on the road and they cut you off, is it that? Because I get caught there. Okay? I told you all the driver stories. Okay? I got opinions about how people drive. I live in Boston. I have opinions. All right? I can get caught in that. I have to constantly remind myself, pull back, it's not your job. Pull back, it's not your job. and trust me, I know some of you are like, you do that? You pull back and try? Yes, I actually do try. This is the pulled back version. And so here we are, all of us together, trapped in a box, trapped outside the box that's been unleashed. Has Pandora been unleashed? Do we have hope? What are we going to do in this story that is ours? In this story, will you choose hope? Will you choose optimism? Will you choose to see in the complicated paradox that is your pain that there is still something beautiful? There is still something loving. There is still something worth knowing, experiencing, or having. Because there's a paradox here. That's silver lining shit for the cloud thing, right? Rainbow, the end of the, yeah, right? It's for a reason, because the paradox is woven into what our reality is. It is a blessing and a curse. It is what we decide to do with it. Do you want to wield it as a weapon or a gift? And you look in that mirror. Are you wielding that mirror as a weapon or a gift? For yourself, for others? What's reflected back? And what are you doing? And when do you decide that what you really want to choose is hope? Ain't nothing soft about the choice. Ask me how I know. All right? Don't get it twisted. All right? We may be spiritual. We may be talking about some woo stuff. I've seen some shit. I've been through some shit. I got here because of it. So don't get it twisted. All right? I'm not talking about be hopeful because I don't know anything. I'm talking about be hopeful because I do. I know things. And I'm telling you, this can be painful or this can be optimistic. And if you want to choose pain, you will have it. You will have it because you're creating this experience. It's yours. You're in charge. You know I'm right. It's why you're mad, right? You're like, shit. There's a whole thing that comes wrapped up into it, right? I'm in charge of it, this burden. I don't want to be in charge of this. I don't want to be in charge of this. This is heavy. Pop quiz, hot shot. You've been carrying it the whole time. Did you know that? It's already on your back. Are you tired of carrying it like that? Maybe you want to readjust it and get the right stuff so that you can balance it all up. And hey, guess what? When you pack it right, when you rebalance, you drop off the stuff you don't need, all of a sudden, it's not that heavy. All of a sudden, it's kind of handy. And then, you know what? I needed that. You know what? I got quick access. You know what? That gave me resources when I really needed it. I'm good. I'm good. I reallocated. I repacked my bag. I got my stuff, and it's not a burden anymore. It's equipment that I'm using on my journey. It's part of the toolbox. Stuff that I access. It's not stuff I resent, that I drag behind me on a sled. It's stuff I've woven into the fabric of my being, into the outfit that is my clothing in this experience right now. And I love a good pocket. There's lots of little pockets all over. Balance this all out. Make it work. You don't have to carry everything as a burden. Choose hope. Take all that stuff out of that damn bag, put it all back out, and put it back on the way you want it to be. And if you don't know how to do that, then you should be working with me. That's what I do. That's what I do. I can help you do that. And what I do is help people do that in a way that is not burdensome, because you know what? Everything else already is. This is to unpack the bag. This is not to pack it on. This is to unpack everything. This is not about critique or criticism or evaluation or what you could do better or different or to improve your results or to get a better outcome in your finances. That's not what this is about. This is about making you feel good right now, because all that other shit happens when that happens. You do get better outcomes because it reflects who you are, and you're better. And now your perspective has changed. And with it, everything that's possible. And that's the little tiny shift that comes from understanding we can do this. We can do this just by thinking slightly differently about one thing. Maybe like hope. What if I chose hope tomorrow because I'm feeling scrappy? Not weak, because I want to be powerful. What if hope is a superpower? Then do you want to put her on? She's my girl. She's my girl. She does not fail me. I felt like Pandora's box for years. I described myself as it in my head. I was Pandora's box. I was the thing that was unleashed. Why the idea that hope was at the bottom delighted me. Because I always somehow had hope. And then the rage that I would have because of the hope. Why do I still have fucking hope? What's there to hope for? I always have hope. And that's what I mean when I say this is not this is not an easy thing to have. I get mad at hope. I get mad at hope for coming back and dashing me over and over again. My hopes have been dashed. But I continue to hope. So I have a different problem than a lot of people do, because I can't make her go away. And so I'm just trying to explain to you what that's like, because it's not easy. You're just, oh, it's so easy. You're always hopeful. The fuck it is. Okay. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted by it. You know, it's not always easy to be hopeful. Quite the contrary. You have to hold a lot when you hold hope. You have to hold a lot. And it's strength. So quit underestimating hope. Quit underestimating yourself. And decide, what kind of choices do you want to make? Do you want to choose hope? Well, maybe the next time you're feeling scrappy about something, you can choose hope. That's what I say. Choose hope when you're feeling fucking scrappy. And see what happens with it. Choose hope. We need hope right now. All of us do. And nobody can give it to you. You have to take it. You have to take hope. You have to choose hope. You have to receive hope. You have to seek hope. You have to find it. You have to look for it. The cracks are where the light gets in. You have to go look. You have to see it. The silver lining. You've got to look. It's not going to come to you. Nobody can show it to you. You have to see it yourself. Get it? We can only take you so far. And then you choose hope. You choose love. You choose faith. You choose charity. But you choose. And don't ever forget the power of that choice. It's an extremely powerful choice. Hope. There's a 4-letter word. get to know it. We're back to that shadow stuff, aren't we? Y'all. See how this starts working? Yeah. Hope. It's not just for Disney movies. Hope is a thing with bloody knuckles. Hope is something you choose. I hope you